KHTS. Make sure to get great information or ask your important questions at donandgino.com. Now, back to your friends, Don and Gino.
Happy holidays and welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate Finance Show right here on your hometown station at the Editor 20 KHTS. But actually, we are in the vault right here at Cherry Creek Mortgage. We appreciate being with you for 2.5 years. We're very thankful for you, and you guys are all our Christmas present because we get to share what's going on in the real estate finance world every week, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., and we thank you for being part of the show.
Yeah, and you can be a bigger part of the show if you join us at donandgino.com. Go to watch, chat, and listen live, and you can chat in there. You can go to our YouTube channel. We call it The Hub. You can go to our YouTube channel. It has over 200 highlights, probably getting closer to 250 highlights of our show now, and 130 full shows as well. So
that's right. We just had Carl Goldman on the show, owner of KHTS, and we asked him, how did you let us on for 2.5 years? And he actually said he likes the show as well.
Well, wouldn't it be pretty funny, though, if he got back to the station now and just said, click, music.
Yeah, yeah, hello, Shannon. That's funny, Gino. Yeah. That's Gino's funny for the week.
That's it. I only get one a week. That was it.
Okay.
All right, and you probably recognize the voice because there's a reason we have Pam Ingram back by popular demand. Is we just love Pam as a person. She's just awesome. We get the pleasure of not just working with her in the real estate industry, but we actually get to work out with her.
Yes.
We get to work out with you and your son,
Yes.
Chris, who just pisses me off every time I go to the gym. Because he's a freak in nature, and I push so hard. I'm a freak in how hard I'll try, and I'm older than most of those punks in there. And your son just kicks my butt.
But he's also young.
I know, that's true. He does have 15 years.
He's not as young as he used to be, obviously, but
yeah, but I got 15 years on him, I think.
I know.
And you can appreciate that.
Yes.
Because you challenged all the young punks in there. You should see Pam in the spin classes. It's amazing. I can't catch up to her in the spin classes. I sit behind her on the bike. My bike, I can't catch her. She's too fast. She's too fast.
Actually,
I try.
Well, you do the spin classes, then you go work out.
Sometimes.
Yeah, crazy.
Sometimes.
What
do a
was
great
pretty
job,
funny
though.
was last week there was a picture of Chris lifting 500 pounds.
500
deadlift.
Yep.
That is a serious lift. And so Pam posts on the Facebook, "That's my baby." And I said, it's funny. Doesn't matter how old we get or what we do, we're always their baby.
That's right. Well, I call you a kid.
Yeah.
You're in your 30s.
Yeah.
You are a kid. Anyway.
Yeah, they are when they're in their 30s.
I know, huh? I thought I was getting old when I was in my 30s. Anyways.
That's how I feel.
Here we are.
It's all relative.
It is all relative. Well, we brought Pam on again to give you an idea of what's going on in the real estate market today. Pam, why don't we talk about what happened in 2013? Basically, I'd say the beginning of the year started off a little slow, and then it kind of heated up.
Oh, it skyrocketed. I mean, you were talking about multiple offers. I mean, I had listings where I had up to 15 or 20 offers, and we would narrow it down to 10, then narrow it down to 5, then to 3. And you feel sorry for the 19 that didn't, or 9 that didn't get the house, because they were agents I knew, they were qualified buyers, but they weren't the perfect buyer for my sellers. So it was a crazy market. I mean, as soon as you listed something, it sold. Then all of a sudden, summer came along, interest rates went up a little bit, and I laughed because, well...
See, it's easy for her to say, it went up a little bit.
Yeah.
The fastest in history.
But you got to remember, when I started real estate, they were in the high 11s, 12s. Mm-hmm. At one point, they were up at 17. People were still buying houses.
Oh, so you're talking about relative, not just the fact that they went up 1.5% in 3 weeks.
Right.
But relative, I agree with you, because it was double digits when I started in the business.
Yeah. I mean, people were hoping for 5%. Now they complain at 5%. But be that as it may, the market slowed down a little bit.
Right.
But there were still buyers out there.
Mm-hmm.
The listing inventory has been bad all year. And part of that is the fact that a lot of people don't know that they have some equity in their homes.
Okay, say that again. For all of you out there, please listen, because a lot of you don't know. We've talked to a lot of our clients, and I'm sure you have too.
Oh, yeah.
When they're like, what? My house is worth... We just had one come in.
Yeah.
Bob just came in. He's a client of ours. We love this guy. He came in. He goes, I think I'm underwater. He has $140,000 worth of equity. He thought he was underwater.
I talked to a client Tuesday night who bought a house last December. It was 1 year anniversary. It was the only house on the market that he liked. He bought it. There were things about it he wanted to change. He bought it for 405. I ran the comps. They're at 545.
Wow.
He was shocked. But that's the way people have to understand. We went up so quickly there for a while.
20, 30% a year.
Yeah.
There's
very few people out there that have zero negative equity anymore.
Well, when we talk about, and correct me if I'm wrong, Pam, but in L.A. County, we have a 22 to 23% increase year over year in values. But you and I both know, and Gino's really good at this, former real estate agent, is that certain pockets went up 50%.
Yes.
And
I mean, we're talking $100,000 in a complex in 3 months.
Yes.
I mean, so listen out there. There's two reasons we want you to listen. We want you to know, hey, if you're thinking about selling, look into it. If you're thinking about moving up, now's the time. Reason being is rates will go up and prices will go up. If you don't take advantage now, you're going to be, wouldn't you agree, Pam, that they're basically going to be blocked out of the potential of buying a bigger home?
Yes.
Or buying their first home.
Yes, definitely.
Well, in fact, let's talk about that for a minute, because I know it seems like one of those things of it'll never happen again, right? People, every time they say that, it
Boy,
just
we
happens.
heard that for the last 5 years, right?
Yeah. So every time they say it'll never happen again, it's just a recipe for it to happen. Don't forget that there was an explosion in Antelope Valley. I mean, a tremendous explosion in Palmdale, Lancaster, because people couldn't afford homes in Los Angeles. People couldn't afford homes in the San Fernando Valley, and people couldn't afford homes here. We're heading in the same direction.
Yes.
We're not building enough new homes to satisfy the demand. And I think that, next year we might have an opportunity to really have some great inventory. There's some great inventory right now compared to a few months ago, right?
True. Yeah.
So, I mean, your buyers are having a little bit easier time finding
You have to
something?
remember with the new homes, they watched the market flatten out, so they quit building. They can't start up tomorrow building again and have inventory ready.
That's
like
true.
the average person can sell their home and move up. But the builder has to plan for it. They have to go through permit checks. They've got to get everything ready to build. So new inventory is going to be at a low for quite a while.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Even if they do, when they do build, because they're a little cautious in the market right now, that they're only releasing 10 to 20 homes at a time. Not like the old days where they release hundreds.
Right.
Track after track, phase after phase after phase. Now
they released whole neighborhoods. I mean, Tesoro, I think, was released in 3 years, and it was 1,000 homes.
Yes.
Now it's like, here's 20 homes. Good luck.
Yeah.
And you're on basically
You're
a
on
lottery
lottery
system. Yeah. So you're right. We're going to have a low inventory, what's that going to do?
Well, it's going to raise prices.
Exactly.
And that's what happened with the bidding wars, was because one house came on that fit the needs for 10 different families. So 10 families were bidding on the house, and the only thing it can do is somebody ultimately is going to pay more to get that house. Then you come into an appraisal issue. Is it going to appraise? Is it not going to appraise? I've been very lucky. I've had very good appraisals this year. But you can't overpay for a house and expect it to appraise like it did 5 years ago.
Let me touch on that, because this is where your experience comes in. You act like I've been lucky. There's no luck involved in that, Pam. Seriously, there is not. I've been in this for 26 years. There's no luck involved in getting your appraised value to happen to come in for your seller or buyer. That means you're pricing your home correctly to sell, or you're helping your client buy for the right price and not overbuy.
True.
So
Because it's very easy to do that, Don.
Sure.
I mean, because buyers get emotional, they'll pay anything for it. They get completely blinded, and it's our job to say, your job and my job to say, hey guys, another one's gonna come around.
I'm a firm believer that when you lose one, something better comes along, and the client we just closed is a perfect example.
This is what, their fourth, I think,
yeah,
or third?
they were so upset over a couple of houses they lost, and ultimately they have their dream home. Perfect
and they almost wanted to
neighborhood.
quit.
Yeah,
And
they wanted
now they
to
have their
pull it
dream
off.
home.
Yes.
So listen to that out
Yes.
there, because I know a lot of you out there did get frustrated, rightfully so. You are also competing with investors.
Yes.
There's a lot of investors out there, and realistically, there's hardly any
They're
out there.
gone.
They're pretty
They're
much
gone.
gone.
There's
So
still
that's
some left. If you're in the condo market, you're still going to bump up against some investors. But in the single family, $400,000 to $600,000 homes, you're not going to bump into
Well, they're not
investors.
buying those to rent.
Yeah.
And that's really an investor's looking to either flip it or rent it. And it's not a market unless you're talking condos like you're saying.
that's a good point. So now is the time. There's a great opportunity. Talk to Pam. I know they can go to pamingram.com.
Yep.
You have a great website.
Thank
a lot
you.
of great information on
Thank
there.
you.
So thank you for posting about the show today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're very beautiful. And but she's got great information, and you're talking a real expert. What's your phone number?
291-1-PAM.
291-1 Pam. That's pretty
There's only
easy.
one Pam.
There's only one
That's
Pam.
only one Pam.
Well, there is for us, definitely on
Thank
the
you.
show. So, Pam, when we come back, let's talk about, is it a good time to sell or buy during the holidays? And what's your thoughts on 2014 coming up, all right? So don't go away. On the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, our final quarter coming up.
Ah.
When the light is